Every Halloween night, the same mask, the same footsteps, and a new murder. And this time, he whispered my name. My name is Evan Carter, and for the last 6 years, I've been living in the small but infamous town of Ravenwood, Ohio. It looks normal from a distance, quiet streets, friendly neighbors, that typical small-town American calm. But when the last week of October arrives, every silence in this place starts to smell like death. For 5 years in a row, someone has been murdered on Halloween night. Different houses, different victims. But the killer always wears the same mask, a pale, blank, hollow-eyed face that looks more like a corpse than a person. I work from home and hardly socialize, so I watch these murders from afar. Until this year, 2 nights before Halloween, at around 11 p.m., I was standing on my apartment balcony. The streetlight below flickered, the October air thick with cold moisture. That's when I saw him standing completely still at the far end of the street. No shaking, no shifting, just frozen like a human statue. And on his face, the mask. A second later, he stepped backward and vanished into the darkness, as if he had dissolved into the night. I tried to reason with myself, telling my brain it was just someone in costume, maybe playing a prank. But deep down, I knew this was him, the real one. The next evening, at a convenience store, the cashier whispered, "Did you hear? Someone saw the Halloween killer near Maple Street last night." Maple Street was only 2 blocks from my apartment. My stomach twisted. Something was coming. On Halloween night, I decided to lock myself inside. Doors dead-bolted, windows secured, TV on with the volume low so I could hear every sound. At around 11:30 p.m., the lights flickered, then steadied. I exhaled until a soft knock tapped on my door. Knock, knock, knock. Slow, rhythmic, not desperate, almost confident, like he knew I would come to him. My heart stopped. I walked to the peephole and froze. The mask was staring directly into it. The same blank white face. And in his hand, a heavy metal crowbar. My fingers shook as I called 911. Before I could finish, a thunderous blow smashed against the door. I screamed and staggered back. Another blow, then another. The wood bent inward with each hit. I ran to my bedroom and crawled behind the closet, breath sharp and uneven, body trembling uncontrollably. The final strike tore the door open. Silence followed. Just his heavy breathing and his boots stepping into my apartment. Down the hallway, across the living room. Then he paused right at my bedroom door. I held my breath, my heartbeat thundering so loud I swore he could hear it. The door creaked open. I saw the tip of his boot, inches from the closet. He stopped. Then slowly, very slowly, he leaned down, as if he was about to peer straight under the closet door. Panic took over. I burst out screaming and shoved him with all my strength. He stumbled back, just barely. I sprinted to the window and leaped out. It was only a first-floor drop, but I landed wrong and my leg twisted painfully. I still ran. Limping, crying, breathless, I ran half a mile to a porch with its light on and called 911 again. Police arrived and went to my apartment, but the killer was gone. Only the busted door, the shattered lock, and the deep footprint marks remained. I never returned. The police told me I was lucky. Maybe I scared him off. Maybe I wasn't the intended victim. Maybe it was just wrong place, wrong time. But 3 days later, a plain envelope arrived, no name, no address. Inside was a single photograph of my apartment hallway from that same night, taken from inside my apartment. And in the picture, I was asleep on the couch. I felt the world tilt. I had fallen asleep briefly before the knocks began. That meant he had already been inside. He had already stood over me. He had already seen me calmly, silently, patiently. And the break-in might not have been his first attempt. Maybe it was just the moment he chose to let me know he had always been one step ahead. On the back of the photo, in shaky handwriting, it said, "You weren't supposed to run. This Halloween, I'll try again." Now Halloween is only a week away. I've moved to a new city. New home, new locks, new everything. But this morning, I found a white mask sitting on my front porch, and the hollow eye holes felt like they were smiling at me. If you want to know what happened the next Halloween, like the video, subscribe, and stay with Haunted TV, where every story hides something darker than you expect.